Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about what the minimum amount you would need to live here in Thailand. So basically living in Thailand on a budget. So we're going to cover a bunch of topics. The first one we're going to go over is visa cost. A lot of people forget about the cost of having a visa here in Thailand and the fees that go along with it. And there are many kinds of visas. So what we're going to talk about is, again, the bare minimum for all of these categories of the cost. Now, your bottom of the line visa, and again, some people are coming over on different visas, is going to be about 2,000 baht. In other words, you're going to purchase a visa and the fee for it per year is 2,000 baht. However, if that was the only fee, that would be great. But there's also a thing called the 90-day check-in. And that means every 90 days you have to check in with immigration. Not only do you have to check in with immigration, but you also have to pay them a fee. Now the fee every 90 days is 1,900 baht. So again, that's one flat fee for the year, 2,000 baht, plus every 90 days paying 1,900 baht. So let's figure out what that would be monthly. So if we take that 2,000 a year fee, and then we have the 1,900, and we got to pay that 4 times a year, that comes out to 7,600 baht. Add those two amounts together, it's 9,600 baht. So if we look at that from a monthly basis, it's going to be 800 baht a month. So we're starting with the first thing, which is visa and everything associated with visa. That is going to be 800 baht per month. Now let's talk about rent. Hey, because this is called bare minimum, I'm going to assume that you're probably going to go with some severely low-priced housing, but you still want to live like a Westerner if that's where you're from. So we're going to look at condo prices. So what I did is I did two extremes. The first one, I did prices on condos, bare bones condos, but still, not too bad, in the Chiang Mai area, which is all the way up north in Thailand, which is one of the cheaper places in Thailand to live. Then I also did another search for the same thing, looking in Bangkok, which is a lot more expensive than it would be here in Chiang Mai, where I'm at right now. So we're going to take an average. So I found with both these searches that the prices was going to be anywhere between 5,000 and 8,000 baht. So we're going to use 8,000. We're just going to take the highest one here. So we're going to say that you're going to pay 8,000 a month for your rent for your condo. Now we're going to look at food. Again, bare minimum, so I'm going to assume you're not going to be eating Western food at fancy restaurants, but we're going to look at typical street vendors. Now, doing an average of street vendors from anywhere from Bangkok all the way up here to where it's cheap in Chiang Mai, you're looking at it, somewhere between 30 baht to 100 baht per meal. So we're going to take an average of that, and we're going to say 65 baht per meal. Now, if you're going to pay 65 baht per meal times 3 meals a day, comes out to 195 baht per day. So for food a month, you're going to spend 5,850 baht per month on food. Now we're going to take a look at utilities. Now, if you get the right condo, maybe your utilities are already included, but let's just assume that they're not. We're going to start with water, which this is going to be somewhat of a high number for water, but we're just going to go with it because it seems to be a good average. And that is 100 baht a month. So if you do have to pay for your water per month, budget yourself for 100 baht a month for water. You can already tell that the water prices are pretty cheap here. Electricity. Now this can vary a lot whether you are living with an air conditioner or without using an air conditioner. So that choice is up to you. So I'm going to take the average all across Thailand, and I know what I pay a month, so I can kind of figure out what this would be. So the average is going to be anywhere from 1,000 baht to 2,400 baht per month. And 2,400 is a lot, so just keep in mind this is being very generous with electricity. So we're going to average this out. So we're going to average it to 1,700 baht per month that you're going to need to spend for electricity. Now remember, you can control this price a little bit. Do you want to use air conditioner? Maybe you don't. So this one's all up to you. Now we're going to talk about internet. I'm going to assume you want internet service. Again, sometimes with some of these condos, internet can be already included, but let's assume it's not. So right now I'm going to give you the lowest price plan for a company called BBB Internet here in Thailand. Their lowest price package is 590 baht, which is a really good package price. It's still fast and it's unlimited, so you should have no problem using this. So for this budgeting purpose, doing bare minimum, we're going to say that's going to be 590 baht per month for your internet service provider. Now, what about phone plans? So if you have a phone plan here, I mean, obviously you can go crazy with this one, but we're doing bare minimum. And actually the quote I'm about to give you does include unlimited data and everything else. The quotes I'm using is with a company called AIS here in Thailand. So some of the things you see on their website, they got cheaper and better packages. If you go in person, you'll have to check that out for yourself. But a good average is 200 baht per month. So if you have a phone, it's just you, it's going to be about 200 baht per month for your phone. And hey, you can always use your phone. If it's unlimited data, you can hotspot to your computer and not even have to pay for internet service. Since we're talking budget everything, there's another option for you. But we're going to go with having an internet plan and having a good phone plan as well. Okay, next we're going to talk about transportation. Now, it is going to be assumed that you came over here and paid cash for a cheap motorcycle somewhere. If you're trying to use public transportation, it's going to eat up your money. So we're going to base bare minimum that you came here and bought a cheap $400 motorcycle used or something like that. So I have a motorcycle that I use all the time, and I normally spend about 140 baht per week on gasoline for the motorcycle. So if I'm paying 140 per week, it's going to come out to 560 baht per month for your gas prices for one small scooter slash motorcycle here in Thailand. Well, let's not forget entertainment. You have to be able to do something when you're here, but if you're here on a budget, we're going to use the amount of 3,400 baht a month. So that's 3,400 baht a month for entertainment. I think that comes out to about 850 baht per week that you could spend on entertainment. Not a lot, I know, but we're doing bare minimums here, so we're going to put that amount in for entertainment. Now, what about the things you're going to need all the time, like toilet paper, deodorant, shampoo, soap, consumables, things you're going to use all the time? For this example, we're going to have 1,000 baht a month designated for all the little things that you probably wouldn't think of that are going to happen. So let's do 1,000 baht a month for miscellaneous expenses. Also, you got to wash your clothes every now and then. So that means you're going to have to go get your clothes washed, more than likely at a do-it-yourself laundry service, since we are doing budget here. So we're going to designate 250 baht per month, and that's washing your clothes using the washer and dryer at one time a week, 4 weeks in a month. Now, I'm going to put in this budget health insurance, because it's crazy to be in this country without some sort of health insurance. If you don't have it, you get injured, you're going to have to pay out of pocket right away, and it's going to be a disaster. What we're going to look at today is I got some quotes from a friend of mine named Robert Jackson. He's married to a Thai wife. They are agents with one of the biggest insurance companies here in Thailand. So I called him up and I let him know what kind of video we were doing, that we want bare minimum of everything. So I asked him to get me some quotes, if he would, on bare minimum insurance. So this is only going to cover something major. I mean, if you got a little sickness or whatever, pay out of pocket for it, it'd be cheaper anyway. So this policy we're going to look at would cover you for inpatient, not outpatient, inpatient. So something major happened and you need the doctor and the bill's going to be big. I'm basing it off the age from 46 to 50. However, I'm going to throw up a chart here in a second where you can figure out what it would be per year for your age group. So the price would be about 2,500 baht per month if you're between the ages of 46 and 50, which that is not a lot. Now again, many things go into determining price for insurance, such as pre-existing conditions and everything like that. So here's the chart, here's what it looks like. If you need to pause on that, pause on it so you can read it over real good. and you're looking at the yearly. So that price is not bad, $2,500 a month. Now, there are different things that vary on your insurance premium, such as any pre-existing conditions and things like that. So I'm going to put a link down and below to a friend of mine, Robert Jackson, and just message him. He's not going to charge you anything for answering a question. Ask him, you know, here are my issues and things going on with me, and I'm this age, whatever, male, female. Give him the information he needs to give you a quote. And if you're going bare minimum, just say, I want bare minimum, something to help me if something major happens. And that way you can get the exact price that it would be for you here in Thailand. So this brings us to a grand total of 24,950 baht per month. Again, this is bare minimum, but it ain't living that bad here. So 24,950 baht. Now, if you think one of these numbers just doesn't work for you, it's going to be up a little bit here or down a little bit there, make those adjustments. This video is just here to give you an idea of what the bare minimum amount you would need per month to live here in Thailand. And I hope I was able to bring up some things that you didn't think about before. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we'd really appreciate it if you would. I hope this information was helpful, and until next time, Khap Khun Khap.